Hey! How's it going? What? Wait. Uh, there's a dog right now. There's a dog. It's broken into the house and it's staring at you, and you just realize it's a wolf. It's not a dog, it's a wolf. It's a pack of wolves. It's a pack of werewolves. There's a pack of werewolves right now in your house staring at you. You're the alpha wolf. And of course, you know that there are no alpha wolves actually in wolf packs, and the alpha wolf is the fog. A wolf pack is a family unit of a father and a mother and their children. And you realize you're the father of these wolves. These are your children, Callie. They're your children. Your wolf children that you conceived in a dream, and they've escaped into the reality. Gem. That's what's going on, right? That's what's going on. That's the hardcore hitting reality. Good to see you, Gem. Dimly the back. Awesome! That's good too. Your other half? What happened? Did you get split by a cannonball, Callie? Did you get split by a cannonball? And you've had two halves of yourself walking around and you finally reunited? I'm glad to see you. Simply the bang. Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm glad, Callie. I'm glad. That's awesome, bud. I'm happy to hear that. That is very awesome, Callie. That's great to hear. That's great to hear that we found love. That love has been found. Boom, 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 boom. Where did you meet this person? In college? Did I? No. Oh, yes. Yeah, are you right? Yeah, you're asking Callie. Yeah, are you married, Callie? Whoa. So jam. What has everybody been up to as of late? I literally just woke up. Also, I've been rewatching the X Files. Holds up pretty well. I'm very happy for that. X Files. They're filing and they're X'd. That rules. I love that. I love that. I love that. Have you? Is this a local relationship or are you online dating at the moment? That's good. I am doing good. I am doing good. I am. Well, that's good. That's modern. I'm doing good myself. At the moment, I am just trying to. At the moment, I'm trying to write a script. It, I've decided I'm going to shoot a short film. That's my goal. That's a goal I have. I want to shoot a short film. And to successfully shoot a short film, I need to write a script. And to successfully write a script, I need to write a script. So, yeah. Video game? Yeah, video games rule. I signed up for a short film class that's starting in August. So I need to get to write. Now you may be asking yourself, well, why aren't you doing that right now? And the answer is simple. I don't have any ideas right now, and I don't want to. I'm a little bit stuck mentally. I have a little bit of writer's block on that, but I know the story I'm going to do. I know which one I want to pursue. It's an older project that I stopped working on that I want to start working on again. But it's like, I don't know. I just need to sit and really think about it. Um, I'm calling it an elf in Houston. I don't know about that title. It's just but it's about a fantasy elf, from a fantasy world that accidentally gets stuck in our boring modern day world. And that's the basic premise. And it's about she just needs to kind of learn to get along in our normal everyday life. but it's like I think I wrote a pretty strong opening scene, and then I'm a little bit stuck what to do next. Have you guys noticed, like, creative projects usually get burnt out after you come up with a really strong opening, and then you're like, well, what do I do next? And then you don't have any ideas. Introduce her to the IRS. Yeah. The real villains. Hey, Pitt. What about you, Jim? What are you working on? Yeah, so that's gonna kind of be what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna sit there and I'm gonna sit around and try and plan out a whole short film, or possibly a film. Yeah, short film. Yeah. Nobody can mess with the IRS except the government. Crow, it is going good. Simply the best. I decided, screw it, let's get up early and hit the stream right away. Lovely! I always love your emotes. How is last time we yeah. Oh fuck, right. I forgot to turn off autofocus. 1 second. Simply the best. There we go. Nice. Congratulations. That's fantastic to hear. So what's everybody else working on these days? I love those new emotes, Jim. Let's see. Anyways, so I've been rewatching the X-Files. I don't know if people remember. People know the X. Is the X-Files still relevant to? I don't know. I like the X-Files a lot. I think it's a really good show. There's a few weird aspects that might have aged, not through any fault of the show itself, but through the fault of like people being weird about certain things now. But I don't think that's really the show's fault. I think that's people being bad at reading things. But anyways, I really like the X-Files. I don't know. I think it's like such a cool show. Like the mystery, like it's paced differently than like like you watch like shows from around that time, and they're like so boring, and like the X-Files has all this like cool atmosphere and mystery to it, and it just feels different than like other shows of the time. Do people know the X-Files? I was going to make a few videos about them, so I've been rewatching. I decided I'm thinking of making a few videos about it. Do people know what the X-Files is? Please tell me people know what the X-Files is. Anyways, I also saw... I went to the movies. I haven't been to the movies in a while, and I have felt bad about not going to the movies. So I went, and I saw The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, and that was a very charming movie. And I am heartbroken that that's not doing well. Not super heartbroken. Yeah. It's so good! It's so good, and it holds up surprisingly well. So it's about two FBI agents, Fox Mulder, and Dana Scully, and they are they've been assigned to the X-Files, which is the FBI the FBI's official designation for cold like cases that are unusual and unknown. Unusual and seemingly unsolvable, and they often have like a paranormal bent to it. And it follows them as they attempt to look through the cases and solve what's going on. And that might sound, yeah. I mean, Men in Black definitely took inspiration from the X-Files. That's one of the things that, like, that's an inspiration. That's one of those things that the X-Files inspired, really. So it has them, like, investigating strange and unusual crimes that happen all over the U.S., even though it suspiciously looks like all the places they visit suspiciously look like Vancouver. Anyways, great show. Absolute killer show. I love that show. I found this animated show called Roswell: Conspiracies and Mysteries. And it's so funny because it's practically the animated adaptation of the X-Files. And like it's like I was going to talk about it too, and then it's like it made me think of X-Files and like how good a show that is, and I'm like, I should just watch the X-Files again. And it's like, and it's funny because it's like, and the funny thing is, it's like, oh, is it like cheesy animation? No. This is the funny thing about this animated show called Roswell is that they're trying like hard to do it like serious, like an adult version. It's essentially one of the. They're essentially trying to do be serious with it. So it's like it's one of those things where it's like, adult animation is always it's like, oh, why isn't there more adult animation? When I say that, more adult, like Western like why isn't the West producing more like mature adult animation? The thing is, they were kind of trying at time. They've been trying to. It never gets that far. Anyways. Yeah, that's the X-Files. Good show. There's I think some people have probably taken the wrong lessons from that, and now that everything is there was an unfun media discussion about that some people have taken, and it sucks because I don't think it's yeah. Anywho, simply the best. Um, any games people are playing lately? Um, right. Yeah, I'm gonna make some videos about it soon. It's the show I've been talking about. It's all on YouTube. No, you should. It's for free on YouTube. So it's one of the. I always find it funny shows like that where it's like nobody gives a shit about it anymore, so it's just free on YouTube. Like I don't even think people know who owns it. Like it's like people have kind of forgotten that it's there. Which game are you playing? But you're close to winning, right, Jem? You're on like the last level. You should be nearing the end of that because you've been playing that game forever. I'm actually not sure which game you're playing. It's simply the best. How is that? Mm-hmm. You've been losing? No. Have you tried doing that thing that other people do in online games? What is it called? Cheating? Have you tried cheating yet? Have you just tried to hack the game so you have 1,000,000,000 points? That would be my advice: is to just cheat. Okay, but it's really easy. I always feel like I'm the devil on people's shoulders. Like you should just cheat. Why don't you just cheat? Okay. Ah, cool. Roblox thing I'm definitely familiar with. A thing I've definitely kept up and know everything about. Simply the best. Sure, go ahead. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Anyways, tell me about this game, Jam. What type of game is it? that's annoying. Man, I wish there was like a good... I wish there was like a really good RPG coming out at some point. I don't know. Like, or action RPG, I don't know. I'd like... Man, if I could for brief... I don't know, I've complained about this before. I don't know. I've never been more disappointed in a game than when Starfield came out. Like, I was really looking forward to that. I loved Bethesda games. Oh, I should play both. You're right, Crow. I'm being lazy. I bought that when it before the whole. I should play that more. Before I brought early release. I got that in early release. I should play that some more. I wanted Starfield to be good, damn it. I wanted Starfield to be good. I wanted Bethesda to like turn it back on everybody and go like, no, we actually can still make fun games. And then they made like one of the most boring games I played in a long time. Okay, everybody out there in the world who is possibly thinking about making a spaceship game, let me explain something in detail. I want to ride around in a spaceship. I want to explore space. I want it to feel like I'm the captain of the Starship Enterprise or you know, the captain of the Serenity. I don't, let me repeat this, don't want it to feel like I'm just dragging a menu down and skipping right to the event. Let me fly through space. Don't hide all the fun. Don't cut out all the fun things for stupid loading screens. Literally can't do a single darn thing in my spaceship in that game. Want to dock with another spaceship? Hit a loading screen. Never been angrier at a game for doing that bullshit. Okay, so I would say the appeal of those sorts of games is exploration. You want to explore the universe. You don't want to just go to a pin on a map. Okay. Look, Jim. Look. Boy. Yeah, I should play Elite Dangerous. Okay, I always have trouble with Elite Dangerous because this is so embarrassing. Why? I keep trying to sign up for it, and I keep trying to sign up for an account for Elite Dangerous, and it keeps crashing, and I don't know how to fix that problem. Yeah, fun stuff like that. That would be fun. I want to feel like I'm on an actual starship, man. I don't. The spaceship is not the thing that I want to get off. The spaceship is not like just a thing I don't care about. It's my like, okay, I loved Mass Effect when I was a kid. And part of the reason I like Mass Effect is because the ship felt really like epic, and like, you know, like you walked around it and you could see all the characters like work, you know, like it felt like a cool place to be. When you're making a game with a starship, the starship is your home. And if you don't care about it, you're going to be spending most of your time you're going to be spending like 50% of your time in the video game in this one location. Make it an interesting location, damn it. That should be like the baseline of like Starship games. Is that the ship should be interesting to be in. Anyways, Callie, how is school going? That doesn't feel right. Sure, yeah. Uploaded my photo. Upload it. Um, okay, yes, yes. Boom, 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 boom. It's Opus! Hey, Ope! It's Broken Teacup Opus. Wow. How's it going? Hey! Good to see ya. Opus. What? This? That is the camera. That is the camera pointing down. That is the camera that you. That is the camera that you are seeing. That is the camera that is. Opus. Opus. Have you seen the X-Files? I guess this is the question I'm asking everybody now. Who has seen the X-Files? And who wants to talk about the X-Files? Very good, very good. I am currently rewatching them. I'm currently rewatching the X-Files. I think it holds up surprisingly well. Yeah, that is one of those little problems, like with episodic shows like that. With episodic is that you can kind of forget where you are. I mean, cool, Crow. Cool. Anyways, very cool. Fascinating. Very fascinating. You know, it's funny, Opus. You don't watch a lot of movies, but you do have a pretty good knowledge of like older TV shows. Shit, man. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know. Do you? By the way, everybody, Opus has expressed interest in eventually streaming. So, you should go follow Opus. I'm sure most already do, but any show you're watching right now? Boop, 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 boop. Am I not? Have I not been following you? This whole time I haven't been following you. Or is this a different account? I can't believe I haven't been following you. I feel like a jackass. Well, I'm going to follow you on this one anyways. Anyways, well, That's the first step. The second step is turning it on. The third third step is you can do like me and ignore the actual settings for quite a long time. Before you're like, oh, I should probably actually see what the real settings for this thing are and why it looks so bad. Okay. Let's try this again. Anyways. The truth. That's probably the truth for me too. Yeah. Listen, if you ignore it long enough, the problems will go away. That's the best medical advice, and that's the best everything advice. Just ignore the issues. Yes. Isn't it anxious that you have to do that nowadays? I wish, like, I don't know. Like, I get so burned out with the fact that, like, everything is treated as real now. Like everything is treated as real in some way. Like, no, this is all real now. I'm like, why is this all real? When did this become all real? All right. So does Psych still hold up? Yeah, exactly. Oh, everything I don't know. That's good. I liked Psych quite a lot as a young man. I thought that was quite a fun show. And the fact that I like that there are movies of it now. I'm still... That's awesome. Like, okay. So, like... So they're making movies of it now, and then they're making some... They've been doing... I think they're going to start doing Monk movies, movie specials now. Here's the thing I've wanted the whole time. Here's the thing I want. Darn it. Crossover. Like, there needs to be a Monk Psych crossover. Like, I can't believe we didn't get that already. Like, give us the Monk... Come on, give us the USA verse. They were literally on the same channel. They're owned by the same company. What is... Give us the USA verse. You can... Yes, that would be very fun. That needs to be a movie. That needs to be a movie. Yeah. Like, Monk takes place in San Francisco. Psych takes place in Santa Barbara. They're like half an hour drive away from each other. You can't contrive a case that involves both of them? Monk gets psyched. Yes, perfect title. Yes. Quick! To the headquarters of Peacock! That's good for today. I think we've gone far enough. We shall make camp here and head out in the morrow. Jaden! I didn't see your comment there. Amo? Hey Amo, how's it going? Sure. Jaden and Amos. I am good. Very sorry I didn't see your comment there, Amo. Yeah. Yes, that would be very funny. It's like, okay, I don't know if you guys seen this. Columbo? Anybody seen the Columbo show? That's a very good show. The last Columbo that they made was in like 2001 or something, and it's very surreal to see Columbo like in modern day. Like, Columbo is like such a creature of like the 70s. It's a fun show. Columbo is like such a creature of the 70s, and it's very funny to see him in like modern day, like at a rave. Like the last Columbo thing literally involves a murder at the rave. Good. We're hanging out, we're partying, we're talking about old detective shows that are older now, but were quite hip when we were younger. That's literally... Yes, we need Monk at a rave. Send Monk to... We must send Monk to a rave. This will be where Psych... Ah! Terrifying. Yes. Solving my murder? Ah! Now, are you suggesting we do a crossover with Monk, Psych, and the X-Files? Okay. Yeah, we should just have a whole big detective universe where like all the TV detectives have to solve a major case. Um, yeah, that's the. Well, I mean, the fun of the Love Me the Batman the Animated. That's a good show. That's a legit great show. Well, the fun, of course, of the movie would be seeing Monk and Monk and Sean interact with each other. But, what case? They need to be solving an appropriately big case. Up against, I mean, this is another NBC show, so theoretically they have the rights to it. They should try and defeat Hannibal Lecter. Yeah. Now we're getting into quality television. Listen, theoretically, Bigfoot could be a I don't know. Whenever I pictured a Bigfoot playing Teddy Roosevelt in the Rough Riders. That's. I feel like you put cereal first, right? Like that makes more sense because it's like if you put milk first, you gotta cereal. You can, yeah, that makes more sense. What sort of monster? What sort of monster or monstar puts yeah, exactly. Plus, if you put the cereal first, you get more cereal than milk. If you put the milk first, you get less. And if you put the cereal, yes, it makes all the sense in the world. Only a monster would pick otherwise. Or what sort of monster would pick otherwise? Possibly Dracula himself? I think that's true. Yeah, exactly. You take all the guesswork out of it. Dracula. Yeah. Okay, another question. Another question for the audience. This is of great import. Do you butter your jam? You got jam on your toast. Do you add butter to it? Strange. That feels alien. I don't even understand that instinct. I mean, what's like my favorite TV show ever? I don't know. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is probably up there. Fargo. There's this really good show called Lodge 49 that I wish more people saw. I'm really liking the X-Files. Rewatch. I really like the X-Files. Rewatching it. Yes. Let's see. Wire. I mean, those are all kind of boring picks, but that's true. I think, maybe The Bear will end up being one of my favorites. Are people watching The Bear? Comedy wise, like, Simpsons, obviously. But King of the Hill is another show I really love. Severance. Oh, dude. Severance came out of The Bear. That's a really cool show. It's about a restaurant in Chicago. I recommend that. You should watch that. But dudes, Severance came out of flippin' nowhere and blew my mind. Severance is so good. Oh my god, I hope we get a second season. There's been production problems with season 2, and it happened right as the strike occurred. So at the moment it's on hiatus, but I want a second season of that show so badly. Severance was literally like 2 years ago, Jaden. Severance was like literally 2 years ago. It just shows you haven't seen. No. I know of that show. I just haven't seen it. Doctor Who. Doctor Who was one of my favorites. I don't have. I think I had heard that. How does it hold up? Divergent. I didn't watch Divergent. Well, just because you haven't. Let's see. Well, one, nobody watched The Wire, unfortunately. Well, no, people watch The Wire. The Wire is so good, but it's one of those really intense shows. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll give it a look. The Wire is such a good show, but it's one of those shows that it's like, it's a really like, yeah. Well, welcome to modern television. Who here has seen The Wire? Can I put anybody on to The Wire? I must discuss The Wire. I don't know. I haven't seen the newer seasons yet. I don't have Disney Plus anymore, so I kind of fell off in the later seasons of the Stephen Moffat run, honestly. And I never got around to like picking it up after then. I don't know. Like, I have a lot of problems with. I like Stephen Moffat has a lot of good qualities as a showrunner of Doctor Who, but he has a lot of really bad qualities as a showrunner of Doctor Who. And I don't know. The last thing somebody needs to hear me complain about is Doctor Who, because it's like, I don't know. Fans are very. Listen, as a fan, I think as a fan of Doctor Who, I think the writers should just do what I want them to do all the time. That'll make it good. Are you... Don't want to disagree with you, Crow, but are you seriously like saying the last few seasons of like Matt, the last few seasons of his run on 11 was like particularly good? Like, okay, that's a take. I love how Stephen Moffat I love how Stephen Moffat got so obsessed with myth arc that everything has to be a. I love how Stephen Moffat got so hyper obsessed with like mythology arc stuff that everything has to be a hyper specific cutesy reference to something in the Doctor's past. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love how like Matt Smith's whole run was overtaken by this boring as hell myth arc that made no sense, had no comprehensive through line, and just constantly threw out red herrings over and over again. Yeah. That was my favorite part. I didn't watch. I knew that was going to be a problem when they hired. I don't think that. I think she was a good pick, but it's like I knew it was going to be a problem. I knew it was going to be a problem when they hired that writer. Listen, he's written a good show before. He's written a really good show before. Broadchurch is a really good show, but he's also written one of the single worst Doctor Who episodes ever. He also wrote one of the worst Doctor Who episodes ever before that, and I'm like, I know Broadchurch was good, but oh boy, he's not that great at. He's kind of written kind of garbage for Who before. Anyways. I don't know. Oh, I know one. Oh, you guys aren't going to like my opinion on it, though. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about... that's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. Broadchurch is a good show, and he created that. And then it's like... Oh God! But he also wrote some of the worst early, when he was what's the one he wrote that was so bad? Anyways, Chinball. Yeah. Ooh, I do have one. You guys are maybe not gonna like my opinion on it though, because I watched it and I found it very overhyped. But everybody else, a lot of people really like this show, so I don't want to be mean about it. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Everybody be cool when I say this show that I found kind of overhyped. It was very hyped up, and then I watched it, and I was like, really? Okay, everybody be cool. Be cool. It's gonna come out, and you're all gonna get mad at me. I think Stranger Things is way overhyped. Yeah, no, Whitaker is good. So, yeah, let's see. I don't know. What? Yeah, I pieced out in like season 2. I was like, I'm not feeling this show. Run out, I like. Okay, it's a good song, but it's like, yeah. Listen, I gotta know. Like, listen, I don't know. People told me it was so good, and it was like, I don't know. It kind of feels like a little bit like Ready Player One in that like Well, it also feels like it's like, wow, they're referencing. Jaden, I watched 2 seasons. I'm good. I don't need. I watched the first 2 seasons. I'm good. I gave it a pretty. I gave it a pretty fair shot. I'm good. I don't need to. I don't need to. I don't need to watch the rest. Oh, I'm good. Yeah. Like I feel like people like were constantly talking about it because it's like, oh, it's like 80, it's like references to 80s stuff, and I'm like, the worst thing is like very boring Gen Xers who like constant. Oh, well, I'm happy you liked it, Jaden. I really am. I have no ill will towards you liking it, but I did it. I did it. I watched it. Yeah, I found that exhaust. I found the constant references to the '80s exhausting. It's like like, and people tell me, oh, that's why it's so good. I'm like, if it has to reference, yeah, other shows to be good. Anyways, yeah, yeah. I mean, it very much is. But anyways, like, yeah. So I don't, Jay. I just don't feel it. I just don't feel it. I'm sorry. It's just not. It's just not a show. It was It was hyped up to me, and I watched it. And I watched like 2 seasons of it because I thought like I should, because like I was gonna get it eventually, and I didn't. Oh, he's talking about JoJo Siwa Opus and that song the Karma's a boon. Well, okay. So, do you know who JoJo Siwa is? Yeah, yeah. Don't bother. Do you know who JoJo Siwa is? Yeah. Yeah. It's not. It, she's honestly not somebody that's really. There's controversy around her. I'm sorry, Jaden. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, she was a kid thing, and then she's been trying to rebrand for like adults. Like do an edgy rebrand. Do an edgy rebrand. It hasn't worked. Part of the problem is that there's a big controversy surrounding her. There's been some very not fun accusations coming out about her stuff she and her mom did. Um, uh, and right as this rebrand happened, and um, yeah, so it was all it's a mess, and the song is embarrassing, and I don't know, yeah, don't bother. It's nothing to care about really. I'm sorry, Jaden. I don't know. I tried, man. I tried to watch the second season. Yeah. I try like, and this is not me like looking at a trailer for something like, oh, that looks dumb. Um, this was I sat down. I watched the first few seasons, and I was like, eh. I watched the first two seasons. And I'm like, you know what? I am not. And I was gonna watch the third season, and like I started, and I'm like, I don't. I could get. I don't like the characters. Frankly, I just don't like the characters. I find them not that interesting. My favorite character was Steve. I don't find like the mythology all that fun. Dustin is good. Dustin's a good character. I like Dustin. I find it. I find it like the thing is I find it like kind of yeah. I kind of find it's a little bit of a it's kind of a riff on, you know, I don't know. It's like it's a riff on like it's a Spielberg riff, and I'm like, well, I don't know, just like watch Spielberg movies. I find the references that they do, like, Jane, I'm older, so I recognize a lot of the references, you know, that they do to be less bemusing than other people do. And there are a lot, trust me, there are a lot of references. I found, like, it's, I don't know, I don't find the writing that interesting. I don't find the characters, I don't find, like, a lot of the characters are kind of boring. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I've seen it. I don't know. I saw it. I watched it. I decided I was gonna. Like the third like kind of my story is like I watched the first two seasons. I'm like, okay, those are fine. And then the third season came out, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to watch it. Watch the third season, and then I thought to myself like, why am I exactly forcing? Why am I going like, well, I guess I have to watch the third season? And I was like, why am I? Yeah. Why am I trying this? Like, why am I going like this? I'm like, I clearly don't care. Yeah. Well, here's the thing I get with references in media, when they rely on it a bit too much. I start to get irritated because I'm always irritated when they reference things, because it's like, ooh, look at this thing. You like this thing, right? So you'll like our show. And I'm like you don't get to just reference a thing I like and be like, well, you'll like the show now. Remember the other better show that you were watching? I watched it too and put thing in it. So you like show I watch. You like show. Like, yeah. Tell me. If it's Breaking Bad, Jaden. If it's oh, that's fine. Oh, speaking of X-Files, creator of yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's my general opinion. I don't know. I don't regret. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. People like it, and I don't think the fandom is illegitimate or something. I don't think it's wrong to like something. It's just I'm not into it. Uh, there's a whole nother franchise that I don't like. Which one? The Spectacular Spider-Man show? Which one? Which one is that? Is it the Ultimate or Spectacular? Yeah. Yeah. Which one? I forget which one is. 2018 Spider-Man show. There's so many of them at this point. Oh yeah. Okay, 2017. Oh yeah. Oh, right. I don't. Oh, this one. Right. I don't hear anybody talking about this one. I don't hear anybody ever talk about this one. Like, I remember it was on, and then I heard literally nothing else about it. I remember. Let's see. I remember the YouTuber Pan Pizza joking once that joking how boring it is, and then like literally I've never heard a single person discuss it ever. I think they're doing it. There's a whole new. I think they're doing a new one. Uh, New Spider-Man animated show. Yeah. Right. I forgot. I mean, there was Ultimate Spider-Man, which was boring, and I don't like that one too much. And then this one. Yeah. Yeah, I totally forgot that show was coming out. Oh my god, I remember hearing about it, and I'm like, okay, I guess there's gonna be a new Spider-Man animated show, and then totally slipped my mind. So it looked boring. Like, okay, like I have a vague like complaint about like the way like Disney particularly has been handling Spider-Man. I don't like that they keep putting Spider-Man like on a like teenage Spider-Man on a team or something. Yeah. Right, isn't that annoying? Like I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like they keep wanting to put him on a team or him have be part of like a superhero thing, and like Spider-Man was fun precisely because he wasn't that. He was just some guy trying to. He was just trying to figure it out on his own. He wasn't exactly like. Yeah, like Ultimate Spider-Man did this, and I hated it. Like they just put him on a team with Shield, and it's like, yeah, it's so boring. Like in comics, Peter's best friend. I mean, there's a few people who Peter are close to, but Peter is probably closest to like say, Johnny in comics. Yeah, in comics, Peter is probably closest to like Johnny Storm or Matt Murdock. Yeah, like as a friend, like And I wouldn't mind that as a, like, but they never do that. They always pick like, yeah. Oh, you mean Zach Penn? Yeah. What's weird, like, okay, if you read like the actual comics, which I do, like Matt Murdock in some ways comes off like is sort of in a way the mentor figure, is actually kind of a mentor figure towards Peter. Like, okay, one of the best Spider-Man storylines is a crossover that he has with Daredevil called "The Murder of Jean DeWolf." Yeah, Jean DeWolf, and it's essentially it's complicated. I did a video about it a long time ago, but it's essentially a serial killer. A serial killer is active and targeting things, and it's actually kind of a really intense like legal drama. And they bring in Matt Murdock into it, and it's like it's like in a way it like deals with like mob violence, and like Peter is angry and just wants to enact vengeance, and like Murdock is trying very hard to like bring the guy in and like follow the letter of the law. And it's like it's a surprisingly adult storyline. There's actually a lot of surprisingly quite adult ideas in Spider-Man comics that happen, but it's like what is, it asks like what exactly is justice and all this stuff, and even like the worst people on Earth, do they like deserve fair treatment before the eyes of the law? It's a very kind of intense storyline, and like Matt Murdock is cast as the lawyer. Yeah. He started out as a Spider-Man villain, but he's definitively a Daredevil villain. Jade, okay, you know what? I'll throw this out, Jaden. I think he's a New York villain. I think he's a true villain to all the superheroes operating in New York. Anyway, so that's. Anyways, I think he's a villain of the good people of New York City, to the good people of New York City, and anybody who cares about it. And like all villains of New York, he eventually became the mayor. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Anyway, so that's a very good story. I don't know. It's like they never do. I don't know. I don't. Yeah, they always put him on like rant. Like the problem is like, okay, so like the high school story stuff with Peter is well loved and should be, because that's some really good. Yeah, do it. Well loved, and it should be, but like I don't know, like okay, so like Marvel, like I don't know, like they're very uncomfortable nowadays with the concept that Peter was a superhero on his own. It is, I think, a general consensus. I find, like they want him to be a more traditional teen superhero, which is frustrating because he kind of created teen villain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you have to remember. I know you have to remember that both Marvel and DC. I think DC's headquarters moved to LA a few years ago, but for the longest time, both of them were located in New York City. So they have definite opinions on mayors and which ones they dislike. Anyways, that was a good storyline actually, and it ended with one of the best developments in comics in a long time. You know who's the mayor officially now in Marvel Comics of New York City? Who's the canonical mayor of New York? Mother flippin' Luke Cage. That's right. Luke Cage is officially the mayor of New York. They made Luke Cage ran against the Kingpin and won. Yeah. Luke Cage is officially the mayor of... Yeah, right? That flipping rules. They never do fun stuff like that in DC. Yeah, I mean, the Superman comics at their best are fun and lighthearted, but yeah, in general. Um, I mean, they're better now. They're not as miserable as they used to be because they kind of fired. So, like, what's been going on what's been going on with DC, and it's what you'll see people whining about online. There's always something comic people are whining about online. Is that the old team that had been there since like the late 80s, early 90s, Dan DiDio, the Dan DiDio editorial editor-in-chief. I always forget exactly when he took over, but he was fired and replaced by younger talent. So DC is a little different now than it used to be. And honestly, like, I'm happy that they're more experimental now than they used to be, but okay, so it's a little bit like it times feels like it's your teacher or like your parents trying to talk to you about superhero comics, because it's like, like, we're the bomb now, or it's like this is very specific, but it's like it feels a little bit like posters in libraries trying to tell you how cool, like in school libraries trying to tell you how cool reading is. If that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Because they've been doing more comedy series, and a few of them have hit. Particularly Matt the time they gave Matt Fraction, they let Matt Fraction reboot the reboot Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen. That's a great comic. If you want like a really good example of like fun DC comics, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen is really funny. Well, you got to read that thing, Crow. There's only really one book of The Hobbit. That was part of the problem with the film series, is they tried to stretch out what was actually quite a short. Yeah. Yeah. I did a video on that. I should probably do more videos on that. I love Matt Fraction, by the way. I don't know if that's controversial. His Hawkeye run is one of my favorites. Anyways. Anyways, what was I saying? Right, Jimmy Olsen. No, I haven't. That one's a fun one because it's like lighthearted and fun. Then there's Tom King, who keeps making masterpieces, who keeps doing all these masterpieces. Okay. I guess this is going in recommendations. I should do a full-fledged review of this book. I've been meaning to. I've just been. You know what it is? I've reviewed too many Tom King comics, so it's like I like Tom King a lot, and it's like if I'm like, if I want a good comic, I know I can read Tom King and his stuff will be fun. But one of the best things they've done in a long time is a comic called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. It's so good, in fact, that's the Supergirl movie they announced is an adaptation of that is an adaptation of that comic. So if you read that, you don't need to know any other lore behind Supergirl or any of that stuff. It's pretty easy to go into it. It's Supergirl. It starts with Supergirl. It's about Supergirl turning 21 and wanting to go to a far off world to get a drink, and escalates in kind of her hunting down an intergalactic pirate. That's a really good one. That's a really good one. The art is great. Listen, this if I don't stop myself, this will turn into me just recommending Tom King books, but I like Tom King a lot as a writer. Which is somewhat controversial, I'm aware, but I don't care. Go enjoy your lame Jeff Johns books, everybody else. Sure. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. That sucks. Only 2 people on the YouTube. Great. Okay, Ope. Good seeing you. Yes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Power Rangers. They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Power Rangers. They're Power Rangers and they're mutants and they're teenagers. Excited to see it, bro. They're Power Rangers and they're mutants and ninjas. I'm remembering these shows, right? Tommy Does Machines. They're Teenage Mutant Ninja Power Rangers. Teenage Ninja Power Rangers. Whose names are the Surf Sharks. Sharks. They have shark-like abilities because they're mutant sharks. And that's what... Because they're biker mice from Mars. Teenage Mutant Ninja Power Rangers. The biker mice from Mars. My favorite. And yes, this is... Leonardo. It starred Leonardo DiCaprio, June Diane Raphael, What, not enjoying that, Jaden? Not enjoying my beautiful rendition? No, I did not. I did not. I should. That sounds like a fun one. I've occasionally talked about the turtles. I've been meaning to look into the whole Power Rangers comic verse. It's been getting some quite good notices, the new Power Rangers comics, and I should probably give that a look. Did you ever see the live action Power Rangers TV show that they did? Not Power Rangers. The live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show that they did a while back, which was kind of a disaster. Let's see, what time is it? What time? Yeah, yeah. That's the live action thing that they did. Well, Jade, I'm getting pretty hungry, and I think I'm gonna call it here. Well, don't worry, we will be back later this afternoon at 5, normal stream. But I'll call it here for the rest of the day. There it is. Okay. Okay, have fun.